I'm going to introduce you to another case of brewed here, not available here. This is Moosehead's Dry Ice, coming at 6% ABV. It is a ice brewed version of Moosehead's Premium Dry. It is brewed here in St. John, New Brunswick, but as far as I know, only available in Nova Scotia. I actually just picked this up today in Nova Scotia, where it's actually a cheap, budget, really economical beer for its ABV. Now, it's weird. I live in St. John, yet this is not here. They brew it here. They can't make it here. There's another couple of beers I can name that has the same situation, but mainly it's all brewed under contracts. I can't figure, like, this is a Moosehead branded product though. I can't figure out for the life of me why this isn't available here, except for maybe the market for originally tanked. Like, it was available at one point and now nobody wants it up here, but it's popular down there, whatever. So, 6% ABV, it says dry brewed. The fuck is dry brewed? Like, don't you need liquid for brewing? Alright, anyway. Ice filtered, which means that it's, they freeze the beer. Like, they take, like, regular Moosehead Dry. They freeze the beer and then use a straining process, a filtering process, which removes those ice crystals. The end product is they create a stronger ABV beer with the same kind of taste and reduce the amount of water in it. That kind of technology has been in use for quite some time, and another famous example of this is Schneider & Sons Aventinus Eisbock, Weizen Eisbock, which, you know, takes a regular Aventinus beer and bumps it up from like 8% to 12%. Absolutely, like, crazy. Anyway, this one's just a cheap budget beer from Nova Scotia. Like, literally, you can buy 8 cans of this for 14 bucks. The 12-pack of cans, or 12-pack of bottles goes for 20. Well, not even 20. I didn't want to waste that much money on it. I keep seeing this down there when I'm passing through. I just wanted to try it. So, here I am. I'm trying it. Yay. So, let's give it a shot. Give it a pour here. Pour it out in my cheap dollar store glass. What better to go with the budget-mindedness? Yeah, really wet head. Gratuitous wet head. I'm gonna have to wait for that to die down a little. Large bubbles. Straw piss color. Yeah, it's mainly like a light yellow, like a yellow straw, slightly golden maybe color. It looks like a lager, really. It looks like just your cheap basic beer. That head doesn't have a lot of consistency to it, and it's filling out the large bubbles, which I don't believe are going to stay around very long. And it's the kind of beer that you can't get a puffy head up above the glass. You're gonna have to, like, that's as best as you're probably going to get it without it spilling over the sides, which is what it's doing now. You know what? It actually looks kind of good that way, but it's cheap. Actually looks not too bad. Look at that. Surprising to myself. So yeah. Cheap straw color. Cheap beer. It looks half decent for cheap. Give it a sniff here. Really not much to speak of as far as smell goes. You can pick up a slight, like, a faint hop hints aroma and a mainly grainy smell. Maybe some slight hints of, like, grassiness in that smell. But overall, there's really nothing to speak of. It's very faint. Yeah. The hops that are there kind of take on like a metallic kind of smell. It's mainly like metallic hops, slight hints of grassiness and grain. That's about it. Let's give it a taste. Oops. Comes with a fair bit of alcoholic sweetness to the back of the throat. It lingers there for a bit. Almost no bitterness at all. Kind of evaporates in the back of the throat with a nice grainy corns kind of taste. And it's just a touch of sweetness throughout the mouth. It's not an absolutely fantastic tasting beer, but for, you know, for the price you're paying for it, it's pretty good. In New Brunswick, our equivalent to this kind of beer is Moosehead's regular premium dry. Either that or like Molson cold shots, but that's another story. We get the premium dry in 8 packs of cans or 8 packs of bottles, and roughly about the same price, like $14.50, I think. All depends on how maybe liquor screws us. And around the same price. I think it's like 21 something for a pack of bottles. But well, it's lighter in consistency. It's mainly essentially the same beer. I find with dry ice that it's given me like a more slightly sweet alcoholic kind of taste in the back of the throat than regular premium dry would. And as such, I don't quite like it as much. But it finishes just as dry, and it goes down incredibly smooth. Like, this beer is extremely smooth for what it is. It has a slight crispness to it, but not overly crisp. And I find that after a while, it's like, I had one of these before doing a review. I find that after having one, it kind of takes on like a almost like a flat flavor in the back. Like maybe the bread was stale or something. And that might be the only thing that's going to catch up to with this beer, is that like the sweet alcoholic taste and the sensation of it being somewhat stale. But you know, for $14 for 8 of these, why argue? It's really not worth arguing, because this might be just a cheap session beer, and if that's the case, then it's a heck of a lot better than other options like Coors Light and Labatt Blue. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I'm not even going to sit down with some thoughts on this one. I like it, but it's not the greatest beer. But I mean, like, if I had this available here and it were like cheap, they would make a great like party beer or patio beer, just because it's not only cheap, it tastes good, and it's high in alcohol. Like, if the intention is to get yourself drunk, then this is actually a pretty decent beer to drink. I think it's pretty good and easy to drink. So I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5, just because it's pretty good, and I don't mind it at all. 3 out of 5? Cheers.